Hello. Welcome on back to my channel. I hope y'all are doing well. Today with us for the first time on my channel, I have my beautiful sister Aspen, whom I'm going to create a soft glam look on using all affordable products that you can find at the drugstore. So without further ado, if you want to learn how I created this look right here, then keep on watching. So to begin, I'm using the CeraVe PM Facial Moisturizer to prep Aspen's skin with. This is a tried and true moisturizer that I've used on myself for a few years now. It's great for those who have a normal to oily skin type and who enjoy that lightweight feel, especially during these humid summer months. And it doesn't pill up or anything underneath makeup. It's an overall solid moisturizer. For foundation today, I'm using the Milani 2-in-1 Conceal and Perfect Foundation in the shade Warm Beige and applying this on with a brush and pressing motions. This is actually a foundation I kind of forgot about, to be honest, but it was my friend Angel who recommended it a while back, and I think I'm going to have to bring this back into my routine. It's a medium to full coverage foundation, and although it's said to have a matte finish, I think it kind of depends on how you prep the skin because in my opinion, I'd say it has more of a satin finish, but nonetheless, I think it's a beautiful formula that holds up well throughout the day and comes with a really great shade range. I believe they have 40 or maybe even 45 shades, so there's definitely a shade for everyone. Next up, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Concealer to brighten and conceal around the eyes, really taking my time applying and blending this in, which may take a minute or so to do, but gives me the perfect chance to talk about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. Like I'm sure many of you watching, I myself have experienced the many ups and downs that life brings along with it. The stress and anxiety of juggling work and personal life has its challenging times, and to be honest, there's definitely been moments when it's felt overwhelming for me, which is why I'm so grateful to BetterHelp. One of the biggest advantages I've personally found while using this resource is there's no having to wait weeks on end, if not months, to get an appointment. When you visit the BetterHelp link listed, you'll start by answering a few questions to be matched with a licensed therapist suited to your needs, which is usually within 48 hours. These professionals have years of experience helping people just like us who are facing the challenges of mental health. I find it super convenient and all from the comfort of our own home, whether you prefer messaging, phone calls, or video chats, whichever is most comfortable for you. So if you feel you're ready to explore this option, you can visit betterhelp.com/paintedbyspencer or choose Painted by Spencer during sign up and they'll provide a special discount on your first month. So thanks again to BetterHelp for all you do and for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Now heading on back to these under eyes, we have them brightened and concealed. So I'm going to bronze up her skin using this Maybelline Eraser Concealer in the shade Hazelnut. I've put this on the back of my hand and little by little building up this pigment to the areas I'm looking to add warmth, such as her cheekbones, the jawline, and around the perimeter of the forehead. This is a great little product to use for this purpose, and honestly, this proves that you don't have to spend a fortune to achieve expensive looking results. A lot of the liquid bronzers on the market are, 30, $40, if not more, and in some cases don't even perform as well as their drugstore. And while this isn't quite marketed as a bronzer, picking up a concealer in a deeper shade is such a great little hack to use to get the job done. So I'm going to take the Airspun translucent setting powder to set and lock this concealer into place, really pressing that product in there with a powder puff in that direct under eye area. I am going to need to come back to this powder in a moment, which will give me a chance to share my thoughts on it. But before we get there, I'm going to take the Catrice Blush Affair in the shade 30 and dusting this on with a brush, which I'll further blend and diffuse in with a makeup sponge. Now, I kinda cheated on this one here because technically I didn't get it in a drugstore. It's a product I picked up on Amazon, but it's still so affordable. I think it was $6 if I'm not mistaken. And here's the thing too, drugstore makeup isn't quite as affordable as it once was, or at least from what I remember. So sometimes you gotta kind of shop around for the best deals. I think it'd be fun to do a full face of dollar store makeup or Amazon makeup or something here on the channel. So let me know in the comments if that's something you'd watch, and if so, I can start working on that. But yeah, as I said earlier, I'm coming back to this Airspun powder to do some light baking with around the nose and jawline. And this is a pretty good powder, by the way, for the price tag. Although, I want to emphasize, if you haven't tried this powder before, you need to know that there is an incredibly strong perfume scent to it. And because of that, I don't use or recommend it very often, but some people don't mind it at all. Now moving right along to eyes, I'm using this ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Eyeliner in the shade Overboard, gliding this across the lash line before taking a blending brush to smoke this up and outwards. Aspen is a very simple eye makeup kind of gal, so we're going to keep this super easy today with just 2 products. The eyeliner here creates a soft smokiness to the eye that makes for the perfect base to build on top of with eyeshadows. And I really like using the ColourPop liners for this reason. You got to be quick with blending this out before it dries down, but once it does, it looks really beautiful and effortless. For eyeshadow, I'm picking up this shade here from the e.l.f. Nude Rose Gold eyeshadow palette and dusting this onto the upper lid on top of that eyeliner, and you'll also see me smoke it out through the lower lash line in a second. It adds a subtle hint of color, but more importantly is it adds a nice shimmer reflect that doesn't look overpowering. It's just really soft and simple, which is exactly the style Aspen typically goes for. Next up, I'm using the Maybelline Surreal Mascara, and I'm running this through her top and bottom lashes. Well, technically, Aspen ended up running it through her lashes because there's a lot happening right now. The baby was waking up, and I had to feed her and change her, and yeah, the whole thing. So there's kind of a lot going on behind the scenes today, but I'm figuring out how to balance it all and, get in the swing of this new dad life. But nonetheless, the lashes look amazing, so I'm going to head back to the complexion and wipe away what's left of that setting powder, and as you can see, it doesn't leave behind any harsh lines, just a subtle brightness to the areas we had applied it. For blush, I'm using this Revolution powder blush in the shade Pink Lady and dusting this onto the apples of the cheeks to complement the liquid blush we earlier used. I think mixing the tones of different blushes in your look is a really fun way to play with color and to add to the color story, and also to add youthfulness to the look, especially during the summertime season. To finish up here, we're going to choose a lip color, and the one we went with is the Maybelline SuperStay Matte Ink in the shade Globetrotter. Now this is really where Aspen and I kind of meet in the middle in terms of style. She tends to gravitate towards a pop of color for the lips, while I'm more of a neutral lip color kind of guy, so we went with this Fired Clay Terracotta shade. It's not too over the top, but it also has that hint of spiciness that differentiates this from the typical nude lip that I go for. And it's a liquid lipstick, so it's really easy to achieve a clean, crisp line, and it's long lasting, so you can leave it matte if you like, or you can throw a gloss on top, which is what I end up doing, using this Revlon lip gloss in the shade Snow Pink. I'm popping this right on top for that high shine finish. This formula also has these tiny reflex shimmers in it, which I think really plays up the glamour in this look and adds lots of dimension. And it's that easy, which makes this the final step in how we created this soft glam look on my naturally beautiful sister. Have it, kids. I hope y'all enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, be sure to give this video a big ol' thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. You can also check out more of my work on my Instagram at Painted by Spencer. And until next time, I'll see you soon.